Too many shots. Generally speaking, it's something that you want to avoid in both hockey and life. And the other night, I think we saw too many shots. Hockey's an amazing game. It's so exciting. Every now and then you see something that you can't believe, that you just can't get out of your head. For example, I haven't been able to stop thinking about Anthony Duclair's goal the other night. Dipsy doodle from his knees, ridiculous. But sometimes all I need to see is a number, and I can't get it out of my head. Today's is 33, as in the number of shots that the Tampa Bay Lightning got against the Chicago Blackhawks in the second period alone. And you might be saying to yourself, 33 shots in one period, that's gotta be some kind of record. It is. From the NHL's PR Twitter account, the Tampa Bay Lightning recorded 33 shots on goal in the middle frame, the most by a team since 97-98, when shots by period became an official NHL statistic. That's weird, you'd think it'd be around longer than that. By the end of the game, the shots were 55 for Tampa and 36 for Chicago in a 6-3 Tampa win. So, exactly how impressive is it to get 33 shots in one period? Well, as I'm recording this, the NHL only has 10 teams getting 33 shots or more per game. Montreal just missing the cut with 32.9. Tampa Bay is one of those teams with 34 shots per game, leading me to believe that before this 55-shot game, they weren't even averaging 33 a game. And I wanted to see, okay, what was the previous record for shots in a period? Well, the previous record was actually shared by two teams. The Montreal Canadiens and the Dallas Stars both earning 30 shots in a single period. What surprised me, though, was that the team on the receiving end of all these shots for both the Stars and the Canadiens was the Ducks. The Ducks faced 30 shots at the hands of the Montreal Canadiens on October 20th, 2017, almost a year ago to the day of the new record. And that game was ridiculous. It was a fun night on hockey Twitter. In the first period, the Ducks outshot the Habs 21-7, and everyone's like, boy, did the Habs look terrible. The next period, it was Montreal outshooting Anaheim 30-10. After that, the shots were 14 apiece in the third, 51-45 in favor of Montreal, but Anaheim coming away with the 6-2 win. John Gibson stopping 49 of 51. And the other time that a team got 30 shots in a period, last week. The shots were 14-10 for Dallas in the first, nothing out of the ordinary. 30-4 in the second. Anaheim outshot Dallas 11-7 in the third, but it was too little too late. Dallas wins 5-3. And John Gibson was in net for this one again, stopping 40 of 44. Ryan Miller helped out too, stopping 6 of 6, and there was an empty net goal as well. With the new record that Tampa set against Chicago, Cam Ward was in net for the Blackhawks. He stopped 30 of 33 in one period alone and 49 of 54 on the game. There was an empty netter in this one too. Meaning that twice already this season, the team has gotten 30 or more shots in a single period. But both times it happened, the team at the receiving end of those shots was close enough at the end of the game that they were able to pull their goalie and try to tie it. It was 5-1 for Tampa with less than 5 minutes left in this game. Bang, bang, they scored twice in less than a minute. Hey, you know what? We're within 2, let's pull the goal. It didn't work, but you know Tampa was sweating. So a couple strange things about this new record and its relatives. All three of the top 3 shot totals in a single period, 30, 30, and 33, have happened in the last 367 days. But is that strange? Like the NHL website said, they only started tracking shots by period in 97-98. Well, the mid to late 90s, that was the dead puck era, the trap. No one was scoring. The early to mid 2000s weren't much better. There was a boom coming out of the 04-05 lockout, but then that slowly trailed off for years and years until last year we saw this resurgence, especially at the beginning of the year, in offense. So for the top 3 totals to basically be from the past year is actually not that surprising. What is surprising to me is that for all 3 of the top 3 totals, the shot totals were in the second period. Because if it was in the first period, I think I would understand that. You know, maybe a team, they come out flying, and the other team, they don't start on time. They come out totally flat. Or if it was in the third period, I think that would make even more sense. You got a team desperately trying to claw back into the game. They got their goalie pulled. Maybe they got a power play. Maybe it's a 6-on-4, a 6-on-3. Add desperation into it. Teams are hacking and slashing at the puck. But the second period? How do you let a game get away from you that badly? Well, in the case of Tampa Bay against Chicago, there are many answers. But I'll tell you the easiest one. Anthony Cirelli, the 21-year-old former captain of the Oshawa Generals, was a monster in this game, and in the second period in particular. He scored in the second period. It was actually his 4th shot of that period. He had 7 shots on the period and 9 shots in total in the game. So not only did the Tampa Bay Lightning outshoot the Chicago Blackhawks 33-6 in the second period, Anthony Cirelli outshot the Chicago Blackhawks 7-6. Cirelli and the Lightning swore swarmed the Blackhawks in the second. Cirelli's goal in the second period, which was the Lightning's first goal of the period, was as the result of just banging at the puck. The Lightning shot it, the Blackhawks couldn't find it, the puck was not under Cam Ward, and they just kept firing away at it. Yanni Gourde's goal was a precision passing play on the power play. It looked mean. But the Brayden Point goal, just like the Cirelli goal, more of the same. Bang, bang, bang. Ward doing his best to make the first and even second save, but just getting no help from the Blackhawks. Only 2 players on the Lightning did not get a single shot on goal. One of them was Dan Girardi, although it should be mentioned that he did get an assist, and Cedric Paquette, who only played 12 minutes, but it should be mentioned was still a +2. Anthony Cirelli, by the way, who I already mentioned, had the most shots on the Tampa Bay Lightning with 9, including 7 in the second period, including a goal. He played the least amount of ice time out of any Lightning player with 11 minutes and 27 seconds. What does a guy gotta do to see some ice? Although, after facing that many shots, Cam Ward might be asking the exact same question. And that's what was interesting in the hockey world to me today. My name is Steve Dangle, and that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends to play some defense.